Hi everybody, I know this has taken a little bit longer than what I wanted to post this. I really haven't had the time because my kids are always around and I really didn't want to do that with them around. I bribed Noah and he's upstairs, so I have to make this quick. Basically, when we went to Dr. Patel's, he told us that we have three options, which kind of is two in a sense. I have the option of being under for the whole surgery, and he will take out 90 to 100% of the tumor. The risk of that is I can lose my speech, and when I say that I could lose my speech, it's not the vocal cords, it's the words that are embedded in my brain. Every word that I've learned throughout my life, it can be actually erased from my mind. This is the reason that there's a reason I know this, because the type of aphasia I have that's being caused by the brain tumor, the word is in my mind. I know that I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue. And there are times where I'm trying and struggling so hard to think of that word and I can't. And I will end up substituting it for another word. My fear is all the words will disappear in my head, and that is a real possibility, which means even though I could vocally speak, that my voice box wouldn't be affected. It's not that I couldn't physically do it, it's because the words would not be there. So Wally says that it could be dead air in my head, which is basically, it's true. I would be able to understand everybody around me, but I wouldn't be able to think of the words to talk back. Which is, if I lost my ability to talk, I'd be fine with that physically. It's the thought that I could have dead air and I wouldn't even be able to think in my own head. Because when you're thinking in your head, you are thinking with words. You're talking to yourself inside your head. And if my words are all erased, how can I think? And that possibility terrifies me. Absolutely terrifies me. Because I do believe if that happens, I will give up. Everybody says that I'm strong and I can make my way through it and figure out what to do because I'm very determined. The thing is I know myself and I know what I can deal with and what I can't. So the other option is to do it awake, exactly how they did it last time, where they map my brain with the MRI and can pinpoint my speech center to make sure that where everything is located. The problem with that is they might not be able to get 100% out, because if it starts going into my speech center, I could stop it. He's going about this a different way. The last surgery, I should have... Hold on 1 second. Wally had a really good example. Hold on, just 1 second. I can't believe I did that. Okay, let's say this is my tumor. And this isn't. My tumor is the size of a walnut. Last time, he was working around it so that he could pull all of it out. This time, he's going to go into the center and he's going to work his way around to try to core it out. Which, to me, is good. The fact that I had to end the surgery so quick when he was on the outside, I'm thinking that it's in between my speech center and just a little bit in my motor. I had posted on a different board the picture of where it's located. So my thoughts are, if they were going around, it would be the area that's in my speech center, and of course it would be affected. I also didn't realize that when he was doing the surgery, he was probing that area. He wasn't cutting it. So it makes me more comfortable that if I'm in the surgery and I can't talk and I can't think of the word, because I panicked last time because I couldn't think of the word stop. So when he finally, I'm believing when he finally removed the probe, I panicked because I kept saying stop, stop, stop. And I think it's because I thought he was cutting. So the fact that I know he's not cutting can make a difference. And again, just because if I do it awake doesn't mean that he can't get 90% out. And that would be phenomenal for me. Even if he couldn't get 100%, let's say he gets 85, 90%, that's a really good percentage for me. If I do it awake, there's two different options. There's a new procedure that was developed in Cleveland Clinic, and they basically insert a laser and burn the tumor out. Thing is, I would have to be asleep with it or put under. And my other option is open brain surgery again. And if I were to do it with me being under the full time, I would do the Cleveland Clinic procedure. Even though it's new and it's not around, me and Wally talked about it, it could advance medical science and they may be able to learn more how to do this. So right now it really is deciding whether I want to do it awake or be put under. Like I said, my fear is that I can lose the ability to even think. We've been talking about learning sign language. We talked to that about Dr. Patil, but again, everybody is different and they cannot make guarantees. So it could be I get out and try to learn another way to talk and I wouldn't be able to. He said there's some patients that they know 2 languages and they only lose the ability to lose one language, but they could still speak in the other language. And they're not really sure if I would be able to pick up the sign language. So that's that. On the positive side, when we started describing my seizures and the effect afterwards is that my speech slows down. It's very deliberate, and it's not because I don't remember the words. I just physically cannot talk at a faster pace. And everybody who has talked to me, my very close friends, they can tell when I've had a seizure because of my speech. And he said that that's kind of hopeful because the seizure happens around my tumor and the area around that gets swollen, and that is probably what is affecting my speech. So that could be a possibility that would be the extent of my speech damage, was just me talking slow, which is great because if that happened, game on. But they can't guarantee it, and obviously they can't. So I'm weighing my options. A lot of people are very for me taking it all out, me being under, and I've had a few people who have recently changed their opinions where I really didn't think they would. Yesterday I was convinced that I was gonna go full speed ahead. Let's get this all out. I'll be under. Whatever happens, I'll be able to, function. At least I would be able to hug my kids at least and be here for them. But I have a really genuine concern because I'm so fearful of losing that thought process that I would give up and I could possibly die quicker. I don't know how else to explain it. That's the truth. So I'm just going to put it bluntly. But on the other hand, I'm worried if I do it awake that I'll stop it early and I will always wonder if I should have had them continue. And that's only because I have already done that for my last surgery. I've been second guessing myself. So that is the synopsis of the conversation, obviously there was a lot more discussion. He sat there for 40 minutes talking to us. He let me record the conversation. So if there was any issues with us trying to remember what he said after, that we could go back to the recording. And actually that has helped, because there's been a point when I'm trying to talk to somebody and I'm like, I can't remember. Did he say that? Did he not say that? How did he word it? So I'm so grateful that he did that. And we made the appointment for next Tuesday to schedule the surgery and to let him know what my decision is. So I still have like 5 days. I think it's 5 days now to decide it. And yes, that is a very short time, but I will not let this wait. I love everybody who has given me other suggestions of different therapies and alternative therapies, and the trials that are going on out there. The thing is, with the trials, they will only take stage 4. I'm only stage 3, and it's not the whole tumor, it's just a part. And I'm very, very grateful, and I thank God every day that I'm not stage 4. But no matter what, I do not like that it grew to a stage 3, even a part of it, in 3 months. And I want this out. I want this out. And after I've had the surgery, I have no problem looking into other alternatives. But right now, my brain can't process it. I can't be looking into a whole bunch of other alternative treatments, because I was on RSO for so long and it did not work for me. Now, we're not sure if it was the right strain, if it wasn't, but we don't have another 3 months to decide if it's going to work. Because if it doesn't, that means it's going to grow again. It's going to progress probably for my whole tumor to be stage 3. So I really do appreciate everybody looking into everything. I really appreciate everybody who's giving me all this excellent information. But right now, I would really, really prefer that you guys do this after my surgery, because I have a lot weighing on my mind and I have to decide this, and I really don't think I have the time to absorb everything else. Again, I love everybody who's doing this and I do appreciate it. I'm just saying right now, I don't think I can handle it emotionally. I think that's it. I'm like trying to remember everything. And I know this is like a really short synopsis. It's not really getting into the full details, but I am trying to make this short, except it's already 13 minutes, so I guess I can't make it short. All I ask is, even if you guys do not agree what decision I make, please be supportive of me. Please don't try to debate me. I am listening to everybody that is very, very close to me and weighing their opinions, but ultimately, this is my choice. And I really think right now that I'm going to do it awake again. And the only concern I have is my claustrophobia has gotten out of hand since my last surgery, and the fact that my head would be bolted down terrifies me, which is kind of weird because they're going to be operating on my brain and they're going to be probing it and all this other stuff. That doesn't bother me. I've been through it. I survived it. The only time I panicked is when I couldn't think of the word stop. So I know I can do it. I know I can. It's just me trying to get over my claustrophobia and the fact that I wouldn't be able to move my head. Wally is being very supportive of this and is encouraging me and telling me, yes, you won't be able to move your head, but like you can move probably your feet wouldn't be able to really reposition, but I could still move my fingers or toes. It's not completely like an MRI where you cannot move at all. Like if you can't. So I'm trying to stay positive, but yeah, right now I really, really am leaning towards the side of being awake, because even if they could still get it all out with me being awake, it's not a guarantee that they'll only be able to get, 20% or 50% out again. And I'm okay with that. I've always said quantity over quality, and I cannot make a fear-based decision right now. So I really have to think about this. Thank you for watching, and I will update as soon as I know when my surgery is and what I have decided. Thank you for all your prayers and all your support. They mean the world to me.